It was supposed to be just another sweaty Tuesday at the gym. But when your coach looks at you like he's memorizing the shape of your heartbeat, nothing ever feels normal. Maybe that's why I couldn't stop staring back, even when my chest was burning and my arms shook under the weights. His name was Alex. Coach Alex. The kind of man who made you want to be stronger just by existing in the same room. He carried himself like every muscle was sculpted from determination. Yet his eyes sometimes flickered with something softer, almost fragile, like a secret too heavy to carry alone. I'd been training with him for 6 months, and in that time he'd managed to become both my torment and my salvation. He pushed me past every limit, barked at me to keep going. But when it was over, his hand would linger on my shoulder a second too long, his smile breaking through the tough guy act. That's how I fell. Not with a crash, but with a slow, relentless pull that left me defenseless. The gym smelled of iron and sweat, a place where pain turned into pride. But for me, it had become a stage where every stolen glance felt like a confession. He spotted me, his strong arms hovering close as I benched, his voice low and steady in my ear. And in those moments, it was like we were the only 2 people in the world. But Alex wasn't mine. He couldn't be, because he was hiding something. I didn't know what, not at first. Just whispers in the locker room, shadows crossing his face when his phone buzzed, nights when he canceled sessions with excuses that never quite matched. And still, I kept showing up, because some part of me hopedno, Nidetto believed that the warmth I saw in his eyes wasn't a trick. One evening, as the New York sky burned orange and purple, I stayed late after training. The gym was nearly empty, just the hum of machines and the echo of my own breathing. Alex was there too, wiping down equipment, his shirt clinging to his skin. I don't know what possessed me to speak, but the words tumbled out before I could stop them. "Why do you look at me like that?" I asked. He froze. For a heartbeat, he was a statue. Then he turned, his gaze colliding with mine like a storm breaking open. "Like what?" His voice was careful, too careful. "Like you're afraid and alive at the same time," I said. My chest tightened. "Like you want to say something but can't." Silence filled the space between us, louder than any music the gym had ever played. He stepped closer, close enough that I could feel the heat of his body, smell the faint trace of cedarwood clinging to his skin. "You don't know what you're asking for," he whispered. But I did. I wanted the truth, even if it broke me. That night marked the beginning of something I couldn't turn away from. A slow unraveling, a dangerous dance around the line between coach and client, between friendship and something more. Every session after that carried a weight heavier than dumbbell's weight of almost touching, almost confessing, almost giving in. But secrets don't stay buried forever. One night I caught him outside the gym. He wasn't alone. A man in a suit stood too close, speaking in low, urgent tones. Alex's face was tight, unreadable, until the man reached out and touched his wrist. It wasn't romantic, it was desperate. And Alex looked like a man drowning. I didn't call out to him. I just watched, my stomach twisting. Because in that moment, I realized something terrifying. Whatever Alex was hiding, it wasn't just his secret. It was something big enough to pull me under with him. And still I couldn't walk away. The next morning, he acted like nothing had happened. He pushed me harder than ever, his voice sharp, his hands steadying me at my waist, his breath ghosting my neck. But his eyes, they were different, guarded, apologetic. When our session ended, I lingered, sweat dripping down my spine, my body aching. He handed me a water bottle, his fingers brushing mine. A spark shot through me, reckless and undeniable. "I saw you last night," I said quietly. His jaw tightened. "I don't know what you think you saw," he muttered. "Then tell me the truth." For a long time he just stared at me, and then like a dam breaking his voice cracked. "I can't," he whispered, and for the first time since I'd known him, Alex looked defeated. That's when I knew. Whatever the secret was, it wasn't just his. It was ours now. And I had to decide if love was worth the risk of being shattered. The silence between us stretched into something unbearable. I wanted to shake him, demand answers, but all I saw was the exhaustion in his face, the way his shoulders slumped as if carrying the weight of 1,000 invisible battles. I thought love was supposed to be about joy, about passion. But in that moment, it felt like stepping into a storm blindfolded. Days turned into weeks and the distance grew. He trained me with the same discipline, the same sharp voice, but his laughter had vanished. He avoided my eyes, and when I tried to corner him, he slipped away with the excuse of another client or another late night. It was killing me, until one night, everything exploded. I was leaving the gym when I saw him again, outside in the alley. Same man in the suit. This time their voices were raised. Alex shoved him back, his jaw clenched, fury in every line of his body. "You don't own me anymore." Alex's voice was raw, loud enough to echo off the brick walls. The suited man grabbed his arm, hissing, "You owe me. You walk away now, and everything you built, everything you it's gone." I froze in the shadows, my breath locked in my throat. And then it clicked. The secret wasn't about me. It wasn't even about us. It was about his past, about debts he had never told me about. Something ugly, dangerous that threatened to drag him under. I stepped out before I could stop myself. "Let him go." Both men turned. Alex's eyes widened, horror spreading across his face. "Why are you here?" His voice cracked with panic. "Because I care," I shot back. My fists shook, not from fear but from rage. "I don't know what this is, but I'm not letting you fight it alone." The man in the suit smirked, amused. "Cute. The kid thinks he's a savior." "Maybe I'm not," I said, my voice trembling. "But I won't let you hurt him." The man finally released Alex, muttering something about unfinished business, and disappeared into the night. But the damage was done. Alex turned to me, his face pale. "You shouldn't have seen that." "Then tell me what I saw." His silence was louder than any confession. Finally, he whispered, "I used to fight. Underground. Illegal matches. I made money the wrong way, and when I tried to get out, I signed contracts I couldn't break. He owns part of me, part of this gym. If I don't keep paying, he ruins me. And now, you." The truth hit me like a weight I couldn't lift. All the bruises I'd seen on him, the nights he canceled, the haunted look in his eyes, it all made sense. "You should have told me," I said, my throat tight. "I wanted to protect you." His voice cracked, desperate. "If he knows what you mean to me, he'll use it. And I can't let that happen." For the first time, I realized how deep his fear ran. He wasn't just hiding a secret, was hiding love. "I don't care about the danger," I whispered. "I care about you. And I'm not walking away." His eyes searched mine, wide with disbelief. And then, like the moment before lightning strikes, she kissed me. It wasn't gentle. It was raw, fierce, years of denial crashing all at once. His hands gripped my face, pulling me closer, and I melted into him, every nerve ending alive. For that moment, the world vanished. No debts, no fear, just us. But reality came back too fast. He pulled away, shaking. "This can't last unless I end it. Unless I fight back." And so began the hardest chapter of our story. The weeks after were a blur of strategy, late-night talks, and whispered plans. Alex refused to let me get directly involved, but I stood by him anyway, my presence a reminder that he wasn't alone. He started reaching out to people he trusted, finding ways to sever the chains of his past. The man in the suit didn't make it easy. There were threats, moments when I feared Alex would slip back into the darkness just to keep me safe. But he didn't. For the first time, he let someone fight beside him. And somewhere in the middle of the chaos, we found peace in stolen moments. Quiet breakfasts after morning workouts. Laughing in the locker room when the world felt too heavy. Falling asleep on his couch, his arm wrapped around me like a promise. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't easy. But it was real. One night, after what felt like the longest battle of his life, Alex walked into the gym with a lightness I had never seen. "It's over," he said simply. I blinked, my heart stumbling. "Over. I'm free. The contracts, the debt's gone. He won't touch me again." His voice broke, a laugh and a sob all tangled together. I can finally breathe. And then he looked at me, his eyes burning. If you'll still have me, I want more than just being your coach. I want everything. Tears stung my eyes. Ridiculous and unstoppable. I've been waiting for you to say that since the first day you yelled at me to do push-ups. We laughed, shaky and raw, and when he kissed me again, it wasn't desperate this time. It was steady, certain. Months later, the gym looked the same: iron weights, mirrors, the smell of determination in the air. But everything had changed. We trained together, side by side, no longer hiding glances or brushing touches in secret. People noticed, of course. Whispers floated, but neither of us cared. Because love wasn't something to bury. It was something to live. Looking back, I realized the secret didn't destroy us. It revealed us. It forced us to face the shadows and choose the light, even when it felt impossible. And now, when Alex's hand slips into mine as we leave the gym together, I know this. Love doesn't just survive the truth. It thrives in it. We were broken once, but now we are unshakable. Because he is no longer just my coach. He is my home. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest videos.